titled The Dreadful Medal. Night descended upon the quiet suburban town as a boy named Tommy, with weary legs and a heavy heart, made his way home after a long day at school. The path home led through a dense forest, which seemed safe to him during the day but turned grim and menacing as darkness fell. Peering into the darkness, Tommy heard a faint, almost unintelligible whisper calling out to him. His heart froze, but curiosity got the better of him. Carefully veering off the trail, he ventured deeper into the woods in search of the source of the sound. Amongst the thickets and shadows, Tommy stumbled upon something that made him tremble. Bathed in the dim light of the moon lay a medallion, its demonic features engraved a gaping mouth and eyes emanating an eerie glow. The boy's heart raced with fear, but he couldn't tear his gaze away from the strange find. Overcoming his own horror, Tommy finally dared to touch the medallion. A strange sensation pierced him, as if something sinister had penetrated his essence. Yet despite this, he felt a strange pull towards the medallion, as if it possessed some hidden power. With a shiver, he lifted the medallion and, concealing it under his clothes, hurried back home. But that evening marked only the beginning of a nightmare for Tommy and his family. A strange atmosphere enveloped the house, as if sinister shadows began to seep through the walls. Tommy started noticing strange sounds at night, unintelligible whispers that seemed to beckon him to the medallion. Nightmares haunted him, waking him up in cold sweat. But most terrifying of all was what happened to his parents. They began to change, as if under the influence of some mystical force. Their eyes took on a bottomless, black shade, their voices became sharp and distorted. They lost their usual appearance, turning into shadows of their former selves. Fear gripped Tommy as he realized that the medallion harbored evil, which had begun to infiltrate his home, destroying everything in its path. He knew he had to rid himself of it, but every attempt to destroy the medallion ended in failure. He sought help from a priest, but even prayers and rituals couldn't stop the sinister force that had taken hold of his home. In the end, Tommy was forced to admit that he himself had become the cause of this nightmare, allowing evil to enter his life. He threw the medallion into the fire, but it was already too late. The evil he had awakened had begun to spread, and nothing could stop it. And so ended the story of Tommy, the boy who unwittingly opened the door to a world of evil and horror.